Hi, and welcome to Charm and Cheer with Piper. I'm going to be talking to you in this video about my Event Essentials workbook. The first thing we're going to be talking about is event details. So when you are planning your event, you need to make sure that you have given yourself enough time to plan. Time gets away from us, and it's very important to give yourself that time. But the first thing you need to do is make sure you know where you're having your event. That's the crucial ingredient. So when you're choosing your venue, you need to make sure that it is appropriate for the event you're having, whether that is a birthday party for a child or an adult, or an anniversary party, or a celebration of life, graduation party, baby shower, bridal shower, any of the things you celebrate in life. I help you make order out of the chaos. So when you're deciding your venue, what is the capacity of that venue that you, how many guests do you want to invite? So that is one of the determinations. If you're having it at your home, you are pretty sure how many people you can fit in your house. And what is the parking like? That is a big thing for me. I like to make sure that the venue space has plenty of parking, even if it's in my home, and giving those details to my guests. So when you're working with a venue that is not your home, you need to make sure that you have done your research. So it may be a community center in your area, it may be a church or a friend's backyard, but whatever it is, you need to make sure that you have all the details. The event coordinator for the facilities, name, email, and phone number. You need to be able to contact them at any time. You also need to know what the cost is. That's very important, and do not be afraid to ask them what the costs are if they are being vague. You need to know exactly what to expect. And then the hours of use. How much does that price allot you? Is that a 2.5 hour, a 5 hour, all day? Those are very important details to know when you're planning your event. So, and what time you can get on the property, and what time do you have to exit the property. When you're signing your contract, make sure you read it very thoroughly. There are a lot of sometimes little things that neglect to be understood. For instance, what can you decorate? What kind of things can you put on the walls? A lot of venue spaces don't let you put anything on the walls. Ask if you can use command strips. Those don't hurt the walls. Ask if you can use painter's tape, things that don't harm other people's property. That's very important. Another really important thing, especially these days, is if you're planning on having candles. Can you have lit candles, or do they have to be LED? Very important, because that helps with your planning strategy. So when you know these things, it's very important. How many tables do they have available for you to use? How many chairs? Are they round tables or are they rectangles? If they're rectangles, are they 6 foot, 8 foot, 4 foot? What do you have available to you? Make note of that on the page in the workbook so that you know exactly what there was, because you're not going to remember. The more information you can glean on your walkthrough when you sign your contract with your venue, the better. Now, if you're looking around and scouting for venues, these questions are all very important every time. So, the sound system, is there one in place? Can you tap into it? Is it an additional charge? Do they have a PA system, microphone, wireless microphone? Are you going to need any of that? Or do they have a system where you can just plug in your phone, or your friend's phone, or Bob's phone, or Uncle Joe's phone, whoever's doing your music? If you're doing a slideshow, what's the AV situation for that? And leave yourself an additional hour for setup for just the AV. Whoever's doing the AV needs to be there and give yourself a full hour, because trust me, there is always a hiccup. There is always some compatibility that doesn't work. Making sure all of that is fine-tuned well in advance of when your guests arrive will set the tone for the day, and your stress level will go down dramatically. Do they provide linens at this venue for your tables, chair covers, sashes, any of that? Do they have any of that? Make note of that. I have a line here in the workbook as well. And if they don't have tables and chairs and linens, are you buying them, renting them? Most likely, I would suggest renting them. My favorite place to rent is Grand Rentals, and they deliver and pick up. Garbage cans. Now, this always gets left behind, so I have its own line in here because we always forget garbage cans. Now, if you're having food, you have food waste. If you're having recycling, you need a recycle bin. You need all of those things. Those are very important. Will you need additional power strips? And where is the mop, the broom, and the buckets, just in case? Do they have a full kitchen for you to use? Catering kitchen, just a refrigerator. What is available for you to use? And is there an additional charge? Very important information to know. So, those are some of the things that you need to know for your event when talking to your venues. Thank you, and have a blessed day.